Maxwell, are you aware I'm a YouTuber now?
Yes, apparently you needed to pay rent. So
Yes.
I think yesterday when you uploaded it around 2:01, I woke up around 3 and I saw it, so I watched it.
What do you think about the video?
One of the very first people. At the time I was watching it, he had racked up a very impressive 5 views. Can you imagine?
Thank you very much. Five people.
Five people.
You know, yesterday I had 30 subscribers and now I have 9 subscribers. Hey, I've added 9 to it, so I have 39 subscribers. I'm ending
Why is your
this
channel
weekend with
new?
40. No, anyone comes to my office, I force them to subscribe.
Wow, that's cool. That's
Yeah,
cool.
I know. It's sad.
30 subscribers. Gunpoint. Don't be too impressed. Yeah.
We all started, all the big YouTubers started from somewhere. Anyway, so PewDiePie.
Yeah.
All right. So welcome to the Self-Taught Novice Podcast, and my name is Dati Obey, and we have Maxwell. I think why
don't I have a chair as comfortable as yours? I don't get it. I mean, this is an injustice.
we are running a show on a budget.
Okay.
Yes.
So apparently, I get the shorter end of the stick. It's fine. Yeah. My name is Maxwell as well. I'll be co-hosting with Dati on Self-Taught Novice Season 2.
You are looking at the feed too much.
Okay, sure. Yes. So my name is Maxwell. I'll be co-hosting on Self-Taught Novice Season 2. So we have a long list of very interesting topics and stuff planned for you. So just sit tight and enjoy. Are you recording?
Yes, I'm actually recording here. And what happened with the initial podcast was that I wanted something better. Maxwell always doesn't understand this, but then
I don't.
No, it's not about being a perfectionist. It's about doing something.
It's exactly about being a perfectionist.
It's about doing something I would like to listen to. If I do something I do not want to listen to,
then
if I do something I don't want to listen to, then what's the point of doing it?
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Lofty standards. It's good.
No, it's not lofty standard. Anyway, so then I decided to invest some more in equipment.
Too much, in fact.
Yeah. And it took some time, but eventually, that's why you can see this video. That's why you can see him holding his own mic.
Yeah.
We used to use this microphone. Let me even add it so that it becomes part of the whole set.
Yeah, this is Self-Taught Novice when it was a novice.
Yes.
Understand? Yeah.
So now we've gone pro.
Yeah,
now everyone will have their own microphone, and if there's a third guest, they also have their own microphone. Anyway, so
and Andy's behind the camera.
Yes, you can't see him. I don't know if what I'll do is I'll record a video with my phone.
Yeah.
Then we'll overlay it. Yeah. So that's Andrew behind the camera.
Yeah.
Yeah. Andrew, say hi.
Hi. Yeah.
All right. So so Maxwell, what was I keep losing my memory these days.
So you said we are back with the new season. You've invested more. That's your cue.
Yes. So I've invested more stuff. And we are looking at getting a more entertaining podcast, but at the same time, something that will educate you at the same time. It's not like my YouTube channel. And if you haven't seen my YouTube channel, it's Dati Obey. No, go to YouTube and search for Dati Obey. For that one, don't expect anything educational.
That is not desperate at all.
Make sure you subscribe. Make sure I need to cross the 1,000 so that at least I can monetize it, so that Maxwell can afford it.
Is that a standard?
Yeah, now that's a standard. I think 1,000 and I think 4,000 hours watch of 400. I don't know, but you must cross 1,000 subscribers. That I'm sure of.
Okay.
Yes, so I can afford a chair for Maxwell.
Yeah. This hardwood is not cutting it.
Let's do it for Maxwell.
Yeah.
Let's do it for Maxwell. Okay, so I think so Silas will still do the transcription and the background stuff. Silas is currently in Accra.
Yeah.
So I can't work with him always. So that's why we brought Maxwell on board. Maxwell also doubles as the producer, since we are running the show on a budget.
Exactly.
And
he can't pay us even if he wanted to.
Yes. And Andrew will also be our cameraman. Yes. Andrew will be our cameraman, and we actually hope the show lasts and no one gets busy or lazy. And Maxwell shows up on time, not 1 hour late. So Maxwell,
that's supposed to be part. You have to cut that out of the show. It's not supposed to be part.
It's part. We don't edit. See, we are running a show on a budget, so our editing is also on a budget.
Okay.
So everything's on a budget.
That's my social capital going down right there.
So why were you late? Because we said 5. We said 5.
Yeah. You said 5, and I said I was engaged. You see, we have a production meeting. And as much as I cherish to be part of this podcast, although I'm not being paid for it, I also run a show at Focus. It's a maiden edition breakfast show. So we're having a production meeting. I'm in charge of the tech and social media trend section as well as the newspaper review section. So I didn't inform him, and I think that's something I have to concede. So I didn't do an apology. I've rendered over and over again.
No, but I don't understand why we're late still.
But you don't understand. But I'm telling you why.
No. I went to town. Look, this all happened. So
I sure you want this part of the podcast. Okay.
I woke up this morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, I need to record this podcast because the last time Maxwell came here, I didn't really like the quality. I don't want to talk about I hated it.
You hated it.
I hated it.
Right.
So like, no, this shouldn't continue. So I have to go to town and get the excellent.
Even Marcus Lee Brown or whatever, MKDHB, even his waveform podcast, the first edition, the audio is crap. And he admits it in his second, then he corrects it in his third, then it's perfect in his fourth. And he hasn't decided not to upload any of the 40 editions. Now you here.
Already you are complaining about social capital. And he
has enough. He has 2.3 million followers on Twitter.
We have close to zero. And close to zero with family and friends.
Yeah.
So there are few other family and friends. So we have close to zero people who actually want to listen to us. So what's the point of having crappy audio when you are new? Why not try to?
It will grow on them. The quality will grow on them. I believe in that.
I left here like I'm going to work very early. I don't want my boss to know the time I go to work, so I'll mention it. So I went to town. I asked for permission from my colleague. I went to town
because he's your boss, right? Okay, go ahead.
No, he's my colleague, my main boss. I don't want him to know when I go to work, so I didn't mention the time.
Apparently, it's not very early. Yeah, sure.
Well, anyway. So I went to town, and I came back around 11, and I had some things to do on Friday. So like I set KPIs for myself, and I made sure I finished everything by 4:30. Did extra work in the office. And walked through the rain, got here by 4:50, waited for Maxwell for 1 hour before Maxwell came at 6.
Yeah, that's when Maxwell came. Yeah.
Yes. So you should understand my frustration, not to talk about Andrew.
Yo, Andrew, what do you say? I think you need to put him in frame.
A third, or we should get a third. Okay, if we are to get him
a mic,
it would be a mic plus a camera. Because he will talk.
Yeah, so you give him a mic. Then you just shoot him with the camera.
We are still on a budget, so Andrew will work on that.
You could actually shout from the back. Andrew, say hi. Hi. Yeah, it works.
Okay. It works. All right. So let me just take my phone charger.
Okay, so you have one.
It's Lightning for those who use iPhone.
Sure.
Yeah, those who use iPhone. Yeah,
I'm an Android evangelist. I'm not going to perturb.
Yeah, toy evangelist. That's what you are.
This is a toy.
Yeah, it's a toy. It's plastic.
Okay.
That one they're okay. Yeah. As compared to an iOS device, it's plastic.
Okay. I'm going to fight you on that.
All right. So, okay. So let's not lose track. So I want to send what Maxwell sends me concerning what we have to do in this podcast. And your battery is low, so let them just send it to my iPad so that we can.
All right. Okay, so Date Media. Most of you who don't know what Date Media is a digital media platform where we basically zoom in and highlight and talk about everything digital that's happening in that ecosystem or in that space. Yeah. So what it aims to do is to basically talk about the stuff that are going on, what the movers and shakers in tech in Ghana are doing and in Africa, to be honest. So we focus on STEM, focus on robotics in particular. Date, who's the CEO, yes, I use this word carefully, the CEO of Date Media is a robotics enthusiast himself. Yeah. I'm just a digital or a tech enthusiast. I don't code myself. I'm hoping to code eventually. Yeah. Not now. I'm hoping. Do you code?
I know how to code to save my life, but I prefer
what
not
language?
to code. I see C++, the C environment. So we have Arduino and his brothers, and also for robotics, I think I was learning. I use C, a C environment, and I use this in the Lego Mindstorm EV3. That's drag and drop. It's GUI.
I'll pretend what?
It's GUI. It's a graphical user interface. So it's not like the hard coding that you see.
Wait, there's a name for that. There was a very simple language.
No. It was one of the first languages, right?
Is it Quatrain?
No. I've forgotten.
Fortran.
Fortran
is
Fortran
one of the first computer languages,
yes,
right?
Yes,
okay,
yes. And that's actually a very difficult language no one uses because it's a machine. It's actually
it's difficult, but it was the first. Why is it difficult now?
It's the machine language because that one relates directly to the computer. So or to the machine that you're using. So what you have to do is that you have to understand a higher level of programming.
So now people don't do Fortran.
People do Fortran, but little people. But we have codes like object-oriented codes like C, where it's more like the English that we speak. So you can easily comprehend it. You get what I'm saying? You can easily comprehend it. Unlike Fortran, where you are writing gibberish. Did you get what I'm trying to say? Yeah, exactly.
Okay, all right.
But
Python is
Python.
You're a Python person.
Python is something I've been trying to learn, and I'm sure eventually I'll figure it out because in the last 3-4 years I've decided not to play an active role in coding because I feel I have more skills when it comes to projects and managing a project and making sure the project comes out. So I rather let people who are very skilled in coding to code whilst I do the other.
Shout out to Ivy Barley.
Yes, even developers involved contacted me. I need to reply their message.
Really?
Yes. They contacted for us to post what's the name a press release on our website. But then I'm looking at getting
a press release from them
on their dev festival also.
When is it?
I don't know. I have to read the details of the email. I'm sorry.
Okay.
And
that's what he does. He doesn't really reply to this.
No, not that. Like I have. Why did I try to defend myself?
You don't.
Anyway, so then so I'm trying to work out a media partnership so that we also get involved in their events. Anyway, so not to sidetrack. So we are going to look at a couple of things. Max, during the first test run, I read it and I needed water, and we forgot to put water here today.
Yeah, you are on a budget apparently.
You're on
a
budget.
Have water.
Yes.
Yeah. No, not a single drop.
All right. So, Maxwell, should we read everything to tell them what exactly they should be expecting during this podcast, or we should just wing it?
I should think so. But, well, you don't seem to agree, but you asked for my opinion.
Yeah.
So yes.
So we should. And the funny thing about this is that even if we disagree on something, it's a 50-50 vote.
Is it?
Yes, because we are two people. Or wait, I should give it a 51-49 so that I win you during every vote.
Why don't you give it? No, give it a. Okay, fine, no problem. 45-45. He gets the 10%. Shout out to the camera guy.
No, I'm sure Andrew looks like someone who would support you.
Really?
Yes.
Because he's normal? Okay. I'm sure, that's why.
It's like almost bored. Some people, like those who found their companies, what they do is that they put either their family member or a friend that they trust on the board.
Yeah.
So that at least they're able to take a majority of the vote cast.
Exactly.
Some people just ignore that person and add that percentage to the value of their vote.
Yeah,
so
that's the authoritarian types.
Yeah, so what should we do? My example is 51-49.
So if you make a voting system where it's obviously biased from the beginning, what's the worth of it?
Isn't that democracy?
Is that democracy? Okay, well, that just looks like democracy. Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, so we go, like you said, we wing it. So
where the winner takes it all.
Yeah. Yeah, winner takes it all.
All right.
So we are going to hit on some. So for this season, I want to call it season, but he doesn't seem to agree.
Why should we call it a season?
So
let's solve this before.
So what is it?
I see it as an upgrade of the previously existing podcast because right now you can see me talking right now, and also the audio is way better from what I can hear. And there are some people there's an information center outside my window that makes so much noise, and I can't hear it in the audio. So that means you wouldn't hear it. And
was that part necessary?
And right now I feel more comfortable talking. Why? I'm sure it's because there's a camera here.
He's been watching too much Logan Paul.
Yeah.
So that's his yardstick. That's basically his yardstick.
That's my standard.
Yeah.
Yes. And I also got a new bulb in my room. I don't know how I'm going to sleep with this because
get blinds. Get something on.
I'm sure. No, in Brunei, I used to use a bulb like this in the room, so I'm sure I'll manage with it. And I think I should upload this on YouTube.
I think you should.
Yes, I can get more subscribers.
Yeah,
because Maxwell's friends will actually.
He will do anything for content
and for likes.
Yeah.
All right. So moving. Let me just drink water.
That's the name of a player in Leicester City. Yeah.
Drink water.
Yeah. Are you a football fan? Yeah. You do know Drinkwater? Drinkwater, he was formerly at Leicester, now he's at Chelsea. 29% football. Okay, that's not enough.
Okay. All right, so child online protection and cyberbullying, which I read earlier.
Yeah.
How to make more from the internet as a student, leveraging on the technology and info availability as a millennial. The battle for your CDs or your money by phone manufacturers, that's consumer choice, and what informs general purchasing. I look at specs and the language of them.
This is a very interesting one. I was hoping to convince that we should have
an iOS. I think we should have an iOS versus Android Shakedown.
But you're not talking about OS here. Well, first off,
okay, let me change it. A Samsung versus Apple Shakedown.
Okay, well, but you have to be looking at the best of the flagship for that comparison. You can't compare my junk to.
I like where you're starting from, your junk.
Well, how many generations is your iPhone? Apparently, like 4.
We are at 11 and there was no 9. So doing the math is like 3.
Well, they had. Okay, well, sure, 3.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's fine.
No, XR came with the X.
XR was to compensate the.
I think I should get this guy a mic.
XR was what? Charlie talk some.
XR was to compensate for the iPhone 7s, iPhone 8 users. Because iPhone 7, iPhone 8 doesn't take portrait and.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. You are making Maxwell win, and which I dislike.
I think we are going to have a very good partnership, man. Okay, moving on.
Yeah. So
yeah. Before I forget,
yeah.
As part of our podcast, I think we should have an outdoor session where we go and review phones on the street. One, we go and find out whether people really have an idea about what they use or what their phones can do.
Okay,
you understand?
I think that's good content. I mean, I'll do anything for the views now.
Good. And I don't know, this is a very bold one, but we'll probably have to partner with some of these phone shops that we will do a couple of unboxing sessions.
Yeah, okay. I mean, go to the manufacturers themselves.
Are there any manufacturers in Ghana?
But we can be their since people use their phones here.
Yeah,
we can be brand whatever they call them. Yes. I'm very sure that will work. That will work. Yeah. Because I've seen a couple of people, and what we are doing is actually very unique. Just one competitor does it. I don't want to mention his name. He knows himself.
Take over.
I don't want to mention his name.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
I think I figured that one. Yeah. And it's actually not very new terrain. I mean, if you follow these famous tech YouTubers, Linus Tech, MKDHB and
MKBHD.
He actually admits that people mess up his name, so that's fine.
You're not allowed to mess up the oracle's name.
MKBHD, right?
Yes.
MKBHD and Marcus.
Say it 5 times.
No, I'm not doing that. Okay, and unbox therapy. So these are things, and they actually get review forms of the phone. I think yesterday, Unbox Therapy outdoored the OnePlus
70.
Oh
my God, the phone is beautiful.
Did you see the review box?
Yes, like the way it opened.
Open like a theater.
Oh my goodness.
It was a very good.
Poverty is not good though.
Wow. And they get the phones way before they hit market.
Maxwell, yeah, get the
okay, sure.
Okay, so digital presence and its implication for. Are you the one? Sorry.
Okay, so digital presence and its implications for today's business and individual. Should we shed a bit of light on this, or I should just go through?
I think you should so that at least they get to know more about it.
So now social media, right, and even search engine optimization. All these are very key aspects of making sure your business is visible online, because that's where most people spend their time. Now, advertisement has shifted from being physical, like with the billboards, and now we are going with the ad services on web platforms. So now, how can you leverage on that technology to make sure your business is very much ubiquitous, like it's everywhere? So that's basically what it's talking about. I mean, we have ad services like YouTube and what have you, Google Ads as well.
Yeah, Google Ads.
Yeah, so
on that time we use Google Ads, AdSense. Yeah, Google
AdSense.
Google AdSense. We use it on the website. So visit datamedia.com.
So
/STN podcast to listen to all episode of the podcast.
Yeah, we get it. Yeah.
Or you can also use any podcast.
That's bullish.
I'm plugging. Do you want to get a new chair?
Go ahead.
Okay. So on any podcast,
but
go ahead. I'll continue later.
Okay. All right. Going digitally. Yes. The role of tech in promoting sustainable agriculture and why everyone needs to jump aboard. How to make money off the internet and using technology. And how data is helping improve everyday life. Sanitation, transportation, post-harvest, losses, etc. I mean, if you follow World Economic Forums and their updates, you would know that. I mean, there are cases where university students from Boston are bringing about algorithms that help plan their trafficking system. Sorry, not their trafficking. Trafficking is wrong. Their traffic system and even their tube or their subway system where they can reduce traffic time and increase productivity of the whole city. And this technology that is down to algorithms and is being done by students. So bring it to Kwame Tech and you can't see the same. All right, sure. The technology dialogue in Ghana. Has it even started? And if it has, when, who is saying what, blah, blah, blah.
I think when you talk about tech, not to cut you short. Okay, I'm cutting you short, but yes. When we talk about tech, the tech dialogue in this country, I think this current government is doing a good job when it comes to throwing more light.
Agenda.
No. I'm bipartisan. Is that a word?
How about apolitical?
Yes, okay. Apolitical is better. Yes. I'm apolitical. And this government is throwing more light when it comes to technology. The previous government tried doing it because let me take a scooch back. Let me thread lightly on this. In fact, never mind.
2020. Okay. All right. The technology. Okay, fine. Discussion on getting the most out of all Google apps in our daily routine. So I think that's pretty much clear. Lots of people have heard, you go to Play Store, you see Google having like a whole suite of apps, but you don't really know how to use it or how to max it out. He, for example, is someone who uses Google almost every day, but he doesn't want Google on his phone or doesn't want to use anything in the Android section. I don't know how you could love and hate something so much, but that's fine. How tech hubs and centers for learning or innovation are shaping the technology landscape for the better. An AI-driven future, this is one particularly interesting. An AI-driven future and what it has in store for Ghana. I wasn't done with that.
You're not done with that, okay.
Yeah. Okay, big tech companies enjoy too much monopoly and the threat to consumers. Is it time for a change or for them to be broken up? And the last one, what happens to your data?
No, but if they break up, is it not technically the same person running them? I think I actually need more insight.
Okay.
As to the meaning of the breakup.
When I was researching this topic, it led me to look at conglomerates, tech conglomerates like Alphabet, which is Google, and how they are basically eating up these
smaller startups,
and they are scaling them up. Of course, that's the advantage, but they are leaving the consumer with very little choice. For example, these mergers, they are saying that it's not healthy, but although it's in the spirit of capitalism, but it's
like
not,
Facebook owns Instagram and WhatsApp. Yes,
that's not good because it means that they can do with your data what they want, and you've given them a role where they can curate enough about you and even sell this information.
No, but if Facebook is to break up Instagram, WhatsApp, and Facebook itself, and Zuckerberg is still the board chairman of Facebook, is it not the same thing technically?
Well, when we're talking about breakup, they said what breakup means the role of legislation. A lot of people from the House of the Congress, U.S. Congress, are advocating for Facebook.
House of Cards.
You watch that? You watched it? You watch movies?
I didn't.
Are you a series person?
I was just trying to be cool.
You don't watch series. You don't watch football. So what do you do?
Do you watch Jesus?
Okay, so a lot of people from a lot of stalwarts in U.S. politics is advocating for, the breakup of these tech companies where they feel that they're having too much influence. You heard about the Cambridge Analytica scandal?
Yes, I did.
Good. Where they used a lot of information, a lot of data of users without their notice. And also the case of they listening in on your conversation. You heard about that one? Yes. So this is very key area. So they
Snowden just released a new book, Permanent Record.
The Informant Snowden?
Yeah, the Informant Snowden. Someone sent me, okay, I'm not supposed to say this publicly, but someone sent me an ebook version of WhatsApp.
Why can't you say it publicly? What's wrong?
I think it's a paid book.
It's a paid book?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I think it's a paid book.
Well, Snowden is no one to demand rights in this case. He's messed up a lot of lives.
But he has saved a lot of people.
So yeah, CIA is spying on us. What the hell? We don't care. Some of us, we don't have information that you could even sell. I know I don't. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Well.
In 10 years, will you say the same thing?
Okay.
Exactly.
You're right. It's probably I become someone prominent and
exactly. Looking at how politically inclined you are becoming.
Yeah. I'm a tech person actually. You don't pay attention to him. That's all I do. That's all I know.
All right, let's continue.
Yeah. Let me jump to 25 because I have an interest there. Gaming industry in Ghana and Africa. What is really becoming of it? Does it even exist?
Letty Arts. I actually know of the ecosystem in Ghana. And Letty Arts and Game Nerd, Pausium, and
I'm supposed to have your leg up. It's a podcast.
Yeah, I got too comfortable.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Letty Arts and Game Nerd are actually doing a lot in the country when it comes to the whole game industry, and Letty Arts in particular is doing a lot with MTN to promote. Yes, to promote gaming. Again,
I think they had a gaming fair recently, didn't they?
I think it was a gaming conference.
Was it the first of its kind?
Yeah, it was the first of its kind in Ghana.
Okay.
In Ghana, to be precise. Yeah.
All right.
Let's move on.
Okay. So, starting a business online, the pros and cons. Are certificates obtained online fit for employment? And here is why you should be taking some online courses.
You missed 26.
26.
Everyday learning on YouTube and its benefits. So youtube.com/thatyoobey to learn nothing but just enjoy yourself. I have a very high quality camera now, so
you have to rub it in. The whole world must know, right?
Yes, I have an excuse to create very good looking content.
But I think you put up one video of you preparing. Is it Kofi Brookman?
Yeah, Kofi Brookman. Yes, that video was so hard to make. I used my iPhone. Yeah,
was it hard? You got some very cool shots on that too.
Yes, but then I had to do a lot of movements. Yeah, just imagine the angles and the movements. One phone, yeah, and the movements that had to happen.
That was solid work. I didn't really get it. I thought you were using several phones actually.
Wow.
Yeah, that was that deceptive.
Very, but then isn't that what movies do?
Yeah, low budget movies maybe, but Marvel and Co. I mean, they can actually afford Phantom and Phantom cameras and all. All right, let's.
Why do we keep getting sidetracked?
Okay, I don't know. Algorithms that run the world, social media and digital marketing. We take a look at them and how understanding them can help you get more from the platforms. Recently, if you've heard, Instagram changed their algorithm to wait. You heard about they changing their algorithm?
Yeah, but not the two. Okay. I think let me just do a quick research. So Instagram changes algorithm.
They change algorithm to not about the latest, but content that they feel is relevant to you. So first, if you open your Instagram app, you come into contact with.
Yeah, I realize that some people I do not know actually watch my Instagram stories.
Yeah, and it's based on the pages you visit. So if you see a tech savvy, they filter your content to suit that. And as against before, where it was just the latest stuff, and they'll give you a preview of what you've missed. So now people actually stay on the side, especially the girls. When it comes to if you have an interest in weddings, for example, you tend to be you'll be hit with lots of wedding content if you've been away or even if you are there. It's not just who posts what. So the chances that something irrelevant like football will come across or will come into the timeline of a girl who takes interest in weddings is very next to nil.
I think
so it's good for business.
So this is from Whosuit. And they said they are saying how the Instagram algorithm works in 2019.
Okay.
So first off, no, it's still not reverse chronological, although it does prioritize timelessness, but we will get to that in a second. So here's the thing to remember. Instagram's primary goal is to maximize the time its users spend on the platform.
Yeah.
Because the longer users linger, the more ads they see. So directly and indirectly, accounts that help Instagram achieve that goal are rewarded. But that's a pretty broad statement, and it's easy to misinterpret. Interpret. Get away. To help clear up misconceptions in 2018, Instagram invited journalists to a press briefing in San Francisco where their product team explained how the algorithm works. So, Master, it looks like we must upload our videos on Instagram more because it favors people who make people stay on their platform for longer.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so Instagram.com/Yoko, that's YOO.
That's your personal account. I thought we are going for Date Media.
Yes, and Instagram.com/Date Media.
That's selfish. You start with your own account. That's so wrong. Anyway, that's fine. So everyday learning, we talk about do it yourself, the DIYs. I thought driving under influence.
Yes, like DIYs. Today, whilst I watched a guy just connect an XLR cable, and knowing the fact that I know how to solder and connect cables.
You learned that online today?
No, okay. I know that, but it pained me that I had to pay 10 CDs to the guy to do that for me.
You would have done it yourself?
Yes, I could have come to office to do that myself, but then I was scared because I wanted to record a podcast this evening, and this will be my first time working on an XLR cable. Yeah. So what if I did it and it didn't work?
Not in the mood for adventure, especially if you could threaten your timeline.
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So
but it doesn't take anything away from the fact that you could actually learn something from.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We learn things every day. I learned how to work with a 3D printer, built one, and now I teach people
online.
Yeah, all online, and even made a purchase online.
Nice.
And now I teach people how to do it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so you can learn anything on the internet.
Apparently, you learned how to edit videos on the internet, didn't you?
Literally, what we are doing now is based on research from the internet. This nice camera you can see from 2018 actually is as powerful as a Canon 80D. And it took me a lot of research to realize that yes, the content that comes out of them is actually the same thing. So you can actually watch my videos on youtube.com/thatyobey to see more things about
All right.
Subscribe.
Yeah. He said that like 40 times, hasn't he? It's all part of it. Fake news, telling it apart from real news and its implications. If you've observed, I think you also know about this. Yeah. WhatsApp put a ban on sharing to multiple sharing, and they restricted to just 5 contacts at any given time.
Yeah,
and
I feel sad for our parents.
Why?
They used to send all those messages.
Yes. Apparently the devotions will be on a minimum.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think what came about, what necessitated this is because there were cases of fake news in India where
and people were killing people.
People were killing people, and even though I think that affected farmers. And there was cases of suicide. So I think India is one of WhatsApp's biggest testing grounds because it's I think one of their biggest markets. China obviously is a no-go area because they have their own Weibo. Is it Weibo?
Yeah, Weibo.
Yeah, Weibo app.
But I like China. I like what China has done. They've been able to copy what the West has and build their own to sustain their ecosystem.
Weibo, you see, the thing
Weibo has payments.
Yes. Weibo has payments. Weibo has everything. Your whole life is on Weibo, and Weibo is just
a virtual society.
Yes, it does almost everything you need. It's like their social operating system.
Exactly.
But the thing about Weibo is that the government is all over Weibo, and in cases in cases where there's even propaganda against the communist government, what's the name? This is Gigi Pin or whatever. What's his name?
Pin.
Okay, so in cases where there's even propaganda, they have there's a name for it. I think censors or monitors, individuals who look through the content on Weibo and they comb it out. So there's really no free press or no freedom of speech in China. And their app that brings a convenience actually brings an inconvenience. When you think about it, because Weibo there, Charlie, you can't get away with anything, and all your info is there. And like, the communist government is watching you. I hope this podcast doesn't make it very far because I'll be in trouble.
Maxwell was the only one speaking, if you realize.
I'm taking money from China. I'm taking money from China, aren't we? That'd be a problem.
For me, what Maxwell, I think what I think you do not understand is their government is also doing their best not to let the West infiltrate their systems.
Well, China has done a solid job. Socialist government best. And everything, making sure that the standard of living is at par for everybody. Speaking of
privacy, I was supposed to send the podcast to Bernard. Yes, he said they are playing it this evening, but I forgot. And don't do the good thing about that. So I designed datamedia.com/STN podcast. Visit it in such a way that no one can actually download any podcast episode freely. Yes. Okay. And I'm so proud of myself. So Bernard suffered for hours trying to download an episode until he gave up. And he texted me that I should send him the podcast episode so that he can play it offline. But I told him that he should work
But he can use Google Podcast. Exactly. And download it in app.
Exactly. I told him that he can work with any of these podcast apps, but he kept.
So you sent him the raw file?
I was supposed to, but I just realized I forgot to do it. He said they needed it this evening. So if he hasn't texted me, he has figured out a new way.
Or probably he's ditched it.
I don't know.
Okay, all right. Well, I didn't do well on that one. Now's your chance.
Yeah, I forgot. Just because someone was late, so I spent a lot of time.
And he hasn't called you. Probably he's figured it out. Now let's drop this.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, what's next? I think robots, right? Or knowing your technology.
Podcast power in today's world for the student. Tell us, Logan Paul's fanatic fangirl.
Yes, I love Logan Paul. I love Mike, and I love Spencer Taylor. Spencer is
I like Ben Shapiro. I like T.I.'s recent podcast. I like MKBHD.
I like Lewis Hall's School of Greatness. I like the NPR's How I Did This with Guy Ross. I like Adam 22's podcast. I like
Neil deGrasse.
Conan Needs a Friend's podcast. Conan Needs a Friend, that's the name of the podcast, and some other random podcasts I listen to.
Right. I like Lou Later, the guy who does box therapy. I can't really mention his name.
It's so funny how you listen to tech-related podcasts. I listen to
social,
random,
very random stuff. I don't understand.
Very random podcasts. But I know for me, it actually shapes the way I interact with people because these tech guys are tech inclined, so the whole vibe is different.
Yeah,
as compared to someone like Logan Paul when he mixes it up.
Logan Paul does tech,
not tech, but they talk about stuff related to tech.
Pop culture.
Recently they brought a porn star onto one of the episodes.
Okay, so that's basically it. 35 solid topics for the next couple of weeks to our listeners.
Depending on how we feel.
Glorious.
Yeah, depending on how we feel.
How we feel?
Yes.
How do we feel?
Today I feel happy.
So
no, sorry. I feel bored because you were late for 1 hour.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So, and I think Master has exhausted everything.
Yes, I have.
Yes, and has drunk all the water. Yes. So
generic bottled. Yeah. Apparently, there's no label.
There's no label. It's a white labeled. It's white labeled mineral water.
So no name brand. Nothing.
Yeah, no name brand. Nothing. All right. So I think that's all for today's episode of the podcast.
Yes.
And Maxwell, I think we wanted them to ask questions.
Yeah. So I have a Q&A session. So apparently, I'm supposed to send all your likely questions to.
Yeah, so there's a segment for questions and answers.
Yes, a segment.
Yes, a segment for questions and answers. So I think we should talk about the segments. So
I didn't tell you about this, but I think we should include an extra techie section not techie like the bird, like techie.
Yeah.
TECKIE. Like a techie section where we talk about what's happening in the world of tech more, aside the main topic. That should probably be a 5-minute area. Just take a brief dive. Just a brief one.
Will you do that homework?
I will do that. I will do that gladly.
I doubt I'll be willing to do that.
Yes. Apparently, not all ideas sit well with you.
No. I'm not saying no. I'm not saying it's not a good idea.
You aren't saying that.
What I'm saying
you are
is,
implying it.
No, what I'm saying is me going to do the homework before every episode.
Oh, it's a bit much. Okay,
yes.
That's fine.
Yes. So if
I'll
you
take
will
it
do
up.
the homework,
I will,
and we'll discuss it.
Okay, that's fine.
Yes.
All right, we're good.
All right. So that no, wait, that's not all from us. How can they send their questions? So it was through data media platforms, right, on social.
So like I said, my name is Maxwell Dankwa. I'm on very few platforms. I'm on Twitter.
Maxwell, they have to send it to Data Media, not Maxwell. Data Media, not Maxwell.
Okay, send it to Data Media. Data Media, you can find us on LinkedIn, on Twitter, and on Instagram.
Yes.
So send us a DM on Instagram,
or Facebook,
on Twitter, or message us on Facebook.
Yes.
Or send us an email at
info@datamedia.com.
All right. We'll be happy.
A robot will reply you.
Okay. We'll be happy to have your opinions or your recommendations, because like we said, we are novices and we don't really know.
Also not, so our fans, the fans of this show are called novices.
Yeah, we are all novices actually.
Yeah.
We don't know anything. That's an empty head right there. we don't know anything. So we are all trying to learn along this journey.
How can they get in touch with you? We don't have enough time. How can they get in touch with you?
You want my personal number?
No, I mean on social.
Social, okay. Maxwell Dankwa, MAXWELLDANQUAH _ that's on Twitter, and on Instagram, same thing but with one at the end, and that's basically it. Facebook, Maxwell Dankwa as usual. I don't really visit Facebook. It's dead to me. You understand? So get me on these platforms.
Do you know? After I posted me teaching 3D printing, I got a message from a very influential person in this country
on Facebook.
Yes.
Really?
I don't want to mention his name because I'm a fan. He recently got the Queen's Award, the Queen's Young Achievers Award. Don't mention names. He went to a very good school in Ghana.
I think. He's a cook.
No, he's not a cook.
Okay.
He was a student he recently completed that school and got a President's Award.
Okay. I think I have an idea of. He was in the news.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he recently won MTN Heroes of Change.
Oh, okay. The guy who does the
something.
The set.
No. That's Charles.
Okay, all right.
That's Charles. This is a different person.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
So he's been contacted. Apparently, Facebook is not dead like I thought. I just feel like
no. What I like about Facebook is that it helps me connect with the older generation and the more mature generation.
Like Facebook is for millennials.
Yes,
literally, like it's for them. They found it a bit hard to migrate to the more personal and more private platforms like Twitter and Instagram, and that's not their fault.
Yes,
that's not their fault.
And if you want to get in touch with me, is youtube.com/C/Dati. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. And also, you can also visit my Instagram. I take very cool, funny looking pictures. And I need subscribers. And I need more followers. Yes. And also on Twitter. Yeah, I tweet funny stuff. I'm joking. I don't tweet funny stuff.
Not at all. You don't. Anyway.
All right. So thanks for being a part of our first episode, and I hope this gave you a good insight as to what we do.
Yes.
Max, so I realized that we forgot to play the intro music. So whilst we'll end with the intro music.
Did you have to say it? You just play it.
Yes. No. This is the intro music. Goodbye.
Well, that's a terrible end.